How's it going, everybody? Pozermobil here, bringing you 25 absolute bangers that are all on sale on the PlayStation Store for the Dealmania sale that runs through March 11th. As usual, I've scoured this sale for all the full games, game bundles, and premium editions that are at the lowest price they've been in recent history, and are at least a 70 on OpenCritic or Game Rankings. So if that sounds like the kind of video you want to see, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss my daily coverage of every sale that Sony puts out. I'm trying to get to 25k by the end of the year, so every bit helps. Alright, that's enough yapping for me, let's get into the video. For $5.99, Injustice 2 Legendary Edition is the ultimate version of NetherRealm's DC fighting game, packing the full base roster along with all downloadable content characters and premier skins. Continue the cinematic story as Batman clashes with Superman's regime, earn gear after every match to customize and evolve your fighters, and battle across iconic DC locations using deep combo systems and character-specific abilities. It's an 87 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For $7.49, Pools is an atmospheric exploration experience that feels like wandering through a surreal art gallery of endless, echoing pool rooms with no UI, dialogue, or traditional story to guide you. Drift through 6 unique chapters inspired by liminal spaces and backroom-style environments, navigate maze-like corridors where shifting architecture subtly changes around you, and absorb immersive environmental audio. It's a 78 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 5 hours to platinum. For $7.99, Doom Eternal is an adrenaline-fueled first-person shooter that casts you as the Doomslayer, humanity's ultimate warrior, battling hellish forces across Earth and other dimensions. Move at lightning speed and wield a devastating arsenal to obliterate hordes of demons, while using the unholy trinity of combat, glory kills for health, incineration for armor, and chainsaw executions for ammo, to survive ever-escalating waves of enemies. It's an 89 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 30 hours to platinum. For $5.09, Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen is an action RPG where you explore the vast open world of Grancis in 1080p HD, taking on fearsome enemies with dynamic combat and fully customizable abilities for every playstyle. You'll choose from 9 unique classes, command 3 AI companions called pawns, and use climbing, grappling, and magical skills to engage gigantic creatures up close while exploring diverse environments. It's an 80 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 90 hours to platinum. For $7.49, the Evil Within digital bundle includes the full game plus all season pass content, the assignment, the consequence, and the executioner packs, delivering intense, chilling survival horror from Shinji Mikami and Tango Gameworks. Navigate terrifying, highly crafted environments, manage scarce resources, and face relentless threats while uncovering a tension-filled story that perfectly blends action, fear, and psychological dread. It's a 73 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 9 out of 10, and about 50 hours to platinum. For $9.99, GreedFall Gold Edition is a sprawling, critically acclaimed RPG that blends exploration, diplomacy, and supernatural intrigue on a remote island full of magic, treasures, and fantastical creatures. Its deep character customization, branching storylines, and expanded Gold Edition content, including the Divest Conspiracy expansion, create a rich, engaging, and strategic experience that rewards careful choices. It's a 74 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 60 hours to platinum. For $7.49, Eternights is a dating action RPG that blends a heartfelt, character-driven love story with fast-paced, anime-inspired combat, challenging you to make the most of your time during a world-ending apocalypse. Scavenge supplies between deadlines, explore dungeons, battle infected in real-time encounters, and deepen bonds with 5 quirky companions to unlock powerful skills, hidden story routes, and unique relationship events. It's a 72 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $5.99, Zero Escape The Nonary Games includes 2 gripping nonary games, each featuring 9 unwilling participants kidnapped to unfamiliar, high-stakes, perilous locations. One group is trapped on a sinking boat with only 9 hours to escape, while the other is locked in a mysterious facility and forced to trust or betray each other under life-and-death pressure, with death inevitable if the rules are broken or they fail entirely. It's an 85 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $5.74, Guacamelee 2 Complete delivers the full Metroidvania experience, including the base game and both DLC packs for a complete, action-packed, colorful, and humor-filled adventure full of surprises and chaotic fun. The 3 Enemigos character pack adds game-changing costumes, while the Proving Grounds challenge level offers brutal tests and rich rewards, making this edition the ultimate, fully loaded Guacamelee experience. It's an 86 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 25 hours to platinum. For $9.99, The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners is a VR survival horror adventure set in walker-infested New Orleans, where you fight, sneak, scavenge, and survive while unraveling a citywide mystery shaped by your choices. Explore a free-roaming city, craft makeshift weapons and tools from scrap, and use stealth or brute force to deal with both the living and the dead, with spatial audio making every sound a potential death sentence. It's an 83 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $9.99, Persona 4 Golden is a critically acclaimed JRPG that blends supernatural mystery, turn-based combat, and life simulation, placing you in the shoes of a high school student in the rural town of Inaba as a series of bizarre murders unfold. Explore otherworldly dungeons, battle monstrous shadows, and confront the darker sides of yourself while building meaningful friendships and making choices that shape your story. It's a 94 on Game Rankings, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 125 hours to platinum. For $7.49, Toejam and Earl Back in the Groove is a funky roguelike adventure that revives the iconic 90s duo as they crash land on Earth and scramble to rebuild the shattered Rapmaster rocket. Explore procedurally generated levels solo or in 4-player co-op, experiment with unpredictable presence while dodging bizarre Earthlings, and choose from 9 playable characters while grooving to a soundtrack packed with fresh funk tracks. It's a 72 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 30 hours to platinum. For $5.99, Trine 4 The Nightmare Prince is a 2.5D fantasy action platformer that reunites Amadeus the Wizard, Pontius the Knight, and Zoya the Thief on a quest to save Prince Celius from nightmares manifesting into reality. Traverse fairy tale landscapes using physics-based puzzle solving, fluid character-switching combat that blends magic, swordplay, and stealth archery, and drop-in local or online co-op that lets up to 4 players combine abilities. It's an 80 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $7.99, Knack 2 is a family-friendly action platformer where a small relic-powered hero can grow massive or shrink tiny to save the world from revived ancient weapons and colossal titans threatening humanity. You'll smash through dynamic environments using abilities like boomerangs, body slams, and multi-bombs, solve environmental puzzles, and collect relics to power up while shifting sizes to cleverly overcome enemies and obstacles. It's a 72 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $5.99, Don't Starve Together is a challenging multiplayer survival game where you gather resources, craft gear, and fight strange creatures while enduring a harsh, unpredictable world full of danger, mystery, and ever-changing seasonal threats. Explore massive procedurally generated biomes, battle towering seasonal giants, and build bases that evolve into fortified hubs shaped by your team's creativity and chaotic emergent moments. It's a 78 on Game Rankings, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 80 hours to platinum. For $5.99, Circus Electrique is a steampunk tactical RPG set in an alternate history London, where only a troupe of circus performers can stop citizens mysteriously turning into murderous fiends. Assemble a roster of unique archetypes like strongmen, fireblowers, and clowns for turn-based battles, manage your circus between missions to boost income and performance quality, and fight across districts filled with twisted Victorian-era foes. It's a 72 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 50 hours to platinum. For $7.99, Unsighted is a fast-paced Metroidvania where you play as an automaton racing against a dwindling timer to save friends from becoming mindless killing machines in a post-apocalyptic world. You'll explore the interconnected city of Arcadia filled with shortcuts and secrets, craft and slot ability-enhancing chips to customize combat and traversal, and make time-sensitive choices that shape NPC survival and multiple endings. It's an 86 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 8 out of 10, and about 30 hours to platinum. For $9.99, Assetto Corsa Ultimate Edition is a complete racing simulator package that includes the base game plus every major DLC expansion and update released. Drive laser-scanned cars modeled from real telemetry data across legendary circuits with 33 different configurations, fine-tune handling and race setups through a deeply advanced physics engine, and compete in robust single-player championships or online multiplayer events. It's a 77 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 10 out of 10, and about 200 hours to platinum. For $5.99, Darksiders War Mastered Edition is an action-adventure epic where you play as War, the first horseman of the apocalypse, falsely accused of triggering the end of the world and sent back to a ruined Earth to uncover the truth behind Heaven and Hell's betrayal. The War Mastered release enhances the experience with native 1080p resolution, improved textures and lighting, refined effects, and a smooth 60 FPS performance. It's an 83 on Game Rankings, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 30 hours to platinum. For $9.89, World War Z is a co-op third-person zombie shooter, sending squads of survivors across global hotspots as humanity teeters on the brink of extinction. Fight through story-driven campaigns in New York, Moscow, and Jerusalem, battling massive hordes of hundreds of undead, leveling up 6 distinct classes with deep weapon upgrades, and diving into intense 4v4 PvPvZ modes that mix player combat with relentless zombie waves. It's a 71 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 150 hours to platinum. For For $7.49, Tchia is a vibrant open-world adventure where you explore a tropical archipelago to rescue your father from the tyrant Miavora, climbing, gliding, and sailing through lush islands. Take control of animals and objects with Tchia's soul-jumping ability, solve physics-based puzzles, tackle combat encounters against fabric soldiers, and customize your boat and outfits while uncovering mystical totems and totem shrine challenges. It's a 78 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $9.59, Dragon Ball FighterZ is a fast, flashy 3v3 fighting game that perfectly captures the explosive battles and iconic characters of the Dragon Ball universe with incredible authenticity and non-stop visual flair. Blending stunning anime-style visuals with easy-to-learn but hard-to-master mechanics, it lets you build dream teams, pull off high-speed tag combos, and battle across competitive ranked play, casual lobbies, and party matches. It's an 86 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 70 hours to platinum. For $5.99, Submerged Hidden Depths is a non-combat third-person exploration adventure set in the partially submerged ruins of a once great city now reclaimed by nature and mysterious forces. Guide Miku and Taku across calm and stormy waters in a small boat, climb crumbling skyscrapers and other remnants of civilization, and collect vital seeds to restore the city while uncovering the story of its tragic past and the powers that bind the siblings. It's a 73 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 1 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $6.24, Tinykin is an action-adventure platformer where Milo finds himself shrunk to ant size in a world frozen in 1991, teaming up with a mysterious Tinykin to navigate a sprawling, insect-populated metropolis. Use over 100 Tinykin with unique powers to create ladders, bridges, and explosions, explore cities built by ants and beetles, and collect upgrades to improve his bubble pack and complete the enigmatic Rid Me machine. It's an 82 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, about 10 hours to platinum. For $5.99, Star Wars Jedi Knight Jedi Academy is a classic Star Wars action-adventure where you step into the shoes of a new Jedi student training under Luke Skywalker, mastering the Force and lightsaber combat while shaping your destiny. Customize your character's appearance and lightsaber, explore iconic Star Wars locations, and compete online with up to 16 players across modes like Siege, Capture the Flag, and Free-for-All. It's a 78 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. Alright, that's it for today's list, everybody. If you've played any of these already, drop your thoughts in the comments. Your insights help others find great games too, it's not just mine. As always, I want to thank all my channel members for their generous support, but to all you out there who watch, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff as well, thank you. You're the reason I'm still having fun making all these videos every day, and I'm genuinely grateful for each and every one of you out there. If you can spare $1 a month, you get early access to all my videos, and it helps me out more than you know. But I know times are tough out there, so all I do ask is if you enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with any new sales stuff that I put out. Leave a like and comment down below if you've got any of these platinums or plan on going for any of them.